the topics that we've been seeing and hearing about here in social media here going on today. Now, I'm not going to hold you with it. It was something that was kind of really pressing to me um, in reference to the cast and what's going out and what's playing out on social media. So before we actually get into it, y'all, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as well as go ahead and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time another video is uploaded. Help me get into the algorithm. Now, moving forward, like I said, I'm not going to hold you with anything. I am fairly new here to YouTube, as well as reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. But just I have been a watcher of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm a watcher here on YouTube, and that's kind of what got me into wanting to do reviews on the actual show. Not only, of course, do I do Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews, I do Love and Marriage DC, Basketball Wives. Also, I cover hot topics that's going on in the media with celebrities, as well as any type of hot topics such as police brutality, things to that nature. So I cover a wide variety of different topics, but today I've been kind of watching, some of the YouTube channels that I am, very familiar with. Shout out to Auntie Ann, Bondi Blue, Diana Rose. They are just, a couple of the few that I've seen here on today that cover the topic that we'll be kind of going over. So, from my understanding, and the reason why, if you look on the thumbnail, and I'll kind of put that back up real quick. Let me see. I actually added another thumbnail that I wanted to include because today's topic was kind of pressing for, a couple of people in reference to, the Sugar Mama brand being put out. And so let me go and see if I can actually pull that, because I definitely want to bring that up. So originally I had kind of redid my thumbnail that presents this. And the reason why I chose to put the little girl over Sugar Mama's face is because, for one, I don't typically want to bring that exposure to children, because especially on circumstances, situations such as this, that everything is seeming to be on the negative end in prospect of everything that's going on. Now we know, kind of coming up to speed, that Melody kind of, Melody did launch a video, or she did launch Sugar Mama's brand this current week, and it was, rather good. I thought that was so much, that was well thought out. I thought it was a good idea as an addition to her 7th Avenue brand. And, everyone, to me, should have been excited, because here it is, a now single Black mother that has actually gotten past, what she has dealt with, not only in her marriage or her previous marriage, but even with the scrutiny and everything that's been playing out here on social media, on the show. So she is still progressing as a Black woman. And that's what we need to highlight. And bringing up to speed for what we witnessed here today with the backlash of her launching, the Sugar Mama's line and things of that nature. And shout out to her, because actually the day that it launched, it sold out the same day. And of course, she had to get with her chemists and things of that nature and go ahead and, get restocked. So, everyone would be able to take advantage of that. If you have not already, go check out that line that she has on her 7th Avenue platform. Um, but moving forward, it has been getting a lot of attention. And when I say a lot of attention, of course, as I stated, it's sold out. But on the other end, it has been getting a lot of attention because you've had a lot of people that doesn't necessarily care for Melody that has came out, and because of the way they feel about Melanie, they have went into criticizing her children's hair, and things of that nature. And at the end of the day, I don't think nobody is actually taking a step back to think that this is a child. This is what you putting on the internet is there to stay. And of course, we know that Melody has older children that has access to social media that potentially could see all of this. And you're speaking ill of their little sister. And regardless of how you may feel about Melody as a person for whatever reason, you're still speaking of her child. And I can't help but to think, what type of person are you? Like, are you so much invested into this show that you would come for a child or her children? I mean, let's just keep it 1,000. At the end of the day, we all enjoy the show. A lot of us have became fans of Mel because of the things that she is doing and how she was able to overcome, what she went through and still be able to maintain her status as being a very motivational Black woman here, in the community, as well as being an entrepreneur for small businesses and things of that nature. I mean, it's a lot of things that she has achieved, regardless of her background, that we as Black women here are still trying to achieve. So it's motivation to a lot of us. And to see that a lot of the scrutiny is coming from other Black women, and from what I'm seeing, it's coming from a lot of Black women of what I would say an older, mature background. That's where we have to draw the line. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. I mean, let's just keep it 100. I mean, you could feel however you want to feel because of the things that you've seen play out on social media with the other cast, with the things you may have witnessed on the show. But children should always be off limits to anyone. I mean, children shouldn't even be brought up. If she chose to put out a hairline for her child, either you support it or either you don't. I mean, if you don't care for her or however, just don't support. But for you to go on a social media platform and discredit her children or speak of their hair or anything to that nature because of how you feel about Melody is total right. Not only disrespect, but you borderline needing maybe some more attention. And I'm not speaking of social media attention, but maybe medical attention. Now, I watched a video from Bondi Blue, and shout out to Bondi Blue, and she pointed out how, you know, people are too invested in this show. And I have to agree. I mean, it's nothing wrong with, having, Melody having her millimeters and her being her fans, or having Destiny fans or Martel fans or whoever fans. It's nothing wrong with that. But when you get to the point that you're bringing children, innocent children, and you are criticizing how they look or how their hair and things of that nature. And from my understanding, where it all started was Facebook, on a Facebook group where someone made some ugly statements in reference to Sugar Mama and her hair and this, that, and the other. And supposedly this particular person is supposed to have been maybe a school teacher or some part of education here in Texas. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself. Now, I watched the show. I enjoy the show. I am a fan of Melody, but of course, I do. I'm off for right. I created my channel because I felt as though if I go up on panels and speak my opinion, why not start a channel where I can voice my own opinion, feel how I want to feel, and you know, just voice my opinion, basically. But I don't feel that I'm biased. And the reason I say that I'm not biased is because I'm not that invested on the show. When the show goes off or I decide to do a review, I have to still deal with my own regular life. I can't live the life that Melanie has or what Destiny have or Stormy have, because life is life, and for me in real life. You see what I'm saying? So I can't go dig up nobody's criminal record or dig up nobody what they did in XYZ. And shout out to the people and the content creators that have the time for that. Not discrediting them, because at the end of the day, everybody have the reason and motivation to do what they tend to do. But when you get so invested into someone that you feel comfortable dragging their children, you've crossed the line. You have literally crossed the line. And when I say that, this is at the point now that, of course, outside of the show, of course, we know Sugar Mama's line has nothing to do with the show. This is Melanie basically extending her brand. So it has nothing to do with Love and Marriage Huntsville. But where I feel is though Carlos King need to maybe step in, and some of the things that transpire that we later see in the show, it'll transpire here on the internet, on social media, and then we'll see it kind of play out on the show. Maybe we need to get away from that. I mean, I don't know, because people are really, really, really pushing it with this. They are really, really pushing it. Of course, Carlos King has no control over what a fan says or what a fan does. But when it comes to the situation, even with Stormy and her mother, maybe it needs to be a conversation. Not to say that it hasn't been a conversation had, but it needs to be a conversation being had with your cast when you know that their extended family, such as their mother, friends, sisters, or whatever, is going on social media bashing another cast member or their family. I think it's a line that needs to be drawn. Of course, mess sells. It draws people to want to watch and tune into the actual show. But when does people real life come into play? Like, where do you draw the line as to what you're trying to make out of entertainment and for clicks and views? When do you say, okay, enough is enough, because this potentially could harm another Black child? You know, let's just keep it a buck. I mean, for real, like, the conversation should have been had. And as I stated, I'm not there in real time, so I don't know what kind of conversations have been had. But with Stormy and her mom and her way, it's like her mom entertaining the bashing of Melody and her kids, and allegedly. Because to be honest, y'all, I don't go in these groups. I don't go looking for drama. I don't go looking for mess. I'm only covering this is because it's been a topic here on today. And to me, when they put the child in it, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold up, y'all. People going too far. And as the producers of the show, I feel that this is where another meeting needs to be called, or another meeting needs to be had to outline what's going out and what's playing out on social media. It's almost a situation where it's sad to say, when you're dealing with grown-ups, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. I mean, but when you get to involving children, somebody needs to draw the line. Because at the end of the day, this is still a child. Whether you like her mother, her father, or whomever, this is still a child. Social media and internet is here to stay. It's forever. It's something that she could later on see. It's something that her siblings could see now. We know they father purchased them a phone. So they have access to YouTube, Instagram, things of that nature. How do you not know that this is something that they won't stumble across? How do you think those children will feel knowing that their little sister is being dragged? She didn't do anything. She never been friends with Stormy. She's never been friends with Destiny. She's never been in friends with the Scotts. She's a child that you typing out a whole bunch of nothing in paragraphs that she can't even read as of yet. So for you to come at a child as if she's an adult that has done you something because you favor another cast member more, you need to seek help, especially if you are in the education field working with children, because that shows you and your character to be questionable. I wouldn't want my children to be in a school where they have someone that in their off time find the time to go and bash children on social media. Nah, you couldn't be my child's teacher. I'm sorry. I don't want you nowhere around my child, because anyone, period, that can hurt or harm a child in any way, form, or fashion is something mentally wrong with you. And, again, even on both ends of the aspect, with not only that, but and don't get me wrong, because I follow only certain people on YouTube when it comes to the reality TV end of it, and shout out to all of them. They all give their reviews, they give their take and their opinions on the cast. But sometimes, do I feel like people are over invested? Yes, because sometimes I feel that the fans can kind of push it to the point that, you go over there and you pull this one report, and you go over there and you do the XYZ. So if you're doing all that to them, you can't really be surprised or upset when they do it to your particular favorite. You see what I'm saying? But again, when it comes to the children, it has to be a line drawn. I have never seen that I've witnessed, but again, I'm not one that's in all these different groups looking for drama and mess on what's going on with Love and Marriage Huntsville. But I have not seen where Melody, for sure, have not said anything ill will towards the Scotch children, Stormy's child, or anything. From my opinion, and I'm not being biased, I think when Melanie clapped back, or when she says something in response to maybe something that has been said or posted or have happened, she does it with grace. And I know, again, I can't speak for everybody, but I know from what I've seen and from what I've witnessed, I don't know if any millimeters, as they call them, are pointing out Stormy or Destiny's Child, or even to Coleslaw's child. I mean, I don't know, because that's not the aim, and that shouldn't be the aim. Like, Arion's child shouldn't be on the chopping block because of the mistake that his mother or father made. Destiny's Child shouldn't be on the chopping block because of what plays out on social media and on the show from what Destiny does. Melanie's children or Martel's children shouldn't be on the chopping block because how you feel about Martel or how you feel about Melanie. At the end of the day, these are children that didn't even sign up for the show at all. They're not even old enough to consent to be on the show. You see what I'm saying? So they should never be a topic of nobody's conversation at the end of the day. And for Miss Van to have to put out a anti-bullying, campaign or what have you, why should she have to do that? For the protection of her grandchildren, when her grandchildren shouldn't have never, ever, ever been a topic. If Melody saw fit to bring out a hair care line for her child, that's her decision. You support it or you don't. Simple as that. If you choose to support Destiny and her candles or her whatever she got going on in Badani, you support it or you don't. Stormy, Canvas Beauty, you choose to support it or you don't. Tisha, the Scotts, you choose to go to their credit business, they builders business, they club business. You do it if you want to. If you don't. But dragging these people, kids, into this drama, man, you're going too far. Now, I'm not going to say because I haven't seen what Stormy or Destiny or Melody or Martel, Kimmy, Tisha, Marcel, I haven't seen any of them people personally do it, but it's more so the fans. Like, y'all, do y'all have a life? Like, come on. And because at the end of the day, we see things that are playing out on social media. Nobody's giving the full story. Nobody is saying XYZ. You don't know the conversations that's being had behind the scenes. You don't know what has transpired behind the scenes. All of this is speculation unless it views on the show. Or unless if somebody come out and say, whatever in the interview or whatever. But in all actuality, with a lot of this, it's speculation. You don't know these people in real time. You can't pick up the phone and call these people and be like, okay, I seen such and such on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Is this true? I mean, if you don't know, then it's time to step back. Because I truly, honestly feel that some of the fans is making this situation worse than really what it is. Now, I mean, it's nothing wrong with calling out the obvious. It's nothing wrong with stating your opinion. It's nothing wrong. But when you go as far as bashing a child or feeling the need to be funny or petty or what have you, to bring up a child and how their hair texture is or how they look or what they photo looked like and all of that, you done went too far. Too far. And you might need to reevaluate your life. While you invested in these people's life that you have no clue about and don't know nothing about, you might need to reevaluate your own life because something ain't clacking. Because again, after the show go off, after the review is over, yes, I might watch a couple of, videos on people recapping things or the latest or however it go. My life is still lifing. I mean, it's 2023. It's so much going on in this world. And I think that's the reason why if you look on my channel, it's not only recaps of reality TV, it's hot topics, it's celebrity news, it's what's going on with, police brutality, with the justice, and really my aim originally, to be totally honest, starting this channel, I was going to do this on representing and promoting my business as a candle business. And then I was like, well, okay, well, I'm in the reality shows. I enjoy watching. So I'll do a little recaps. But then when you see the things that's going on around you, that not to, discredit reality shows, but when you see things around you that's taking place, how can I not cover that? So I want to cover every aspect about it because I'm not solely invested into one show that my channel has to be solely based off of that particular show. To be honest, right about now, I'm more interested in what's going on in Love and Marriage DC because, as you can see, they have a lot that's going on there that is focused on things in real time that's going on that can definitely help somebody else. We have, you know, a young man that's dealing with mental issues, family disconnects, things to that nature, you know, young age trauma. I'm really into that show and it doesn't nearly get the highlight and the praise that it needs to get because I'm assuming it's not as much drama. But that show has, shout out to Carlos King, you did that. With Love and Marriage DC this season, you did that. I can honestly say you did that. And I enjoy doing the recaps. I enjoy following every cast member on that show because they're not going back at each other on social media. We can't figure out what's going to be on the next episode or the next season based off of what they got going on social media. These people are talking and highlighting what's going on in real time with their business, what they're doing, what motion they are making today that may not have absolutely nothing to do with the show. And I think that's where Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm not saying it because, again, I'm not biased with anybody on Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I see this is what Melanie is going with hers. She try to focus on her brand, building her brand, working with Jay Bolin, working on different TV shows, and, being, launching, her skincare line, launching Sugar Mama skincare line. And to me, that's more about what people need to be focused on. What are you going to do after Love and Marriage Huntsville? When all this smoke clears from this particular show, then what? Network. And the only way to network in a positive way where other people can see you in another light is to have some positivity. If only thing you have surrounding your name is drama, the only thing you can land after Love and Marriage Huntsville is maybe a series or episode on Zeus. Because these real networks is not going to work with nobody that only brings drama. Especially if the drama ain't about you. So, y'all, I just had to come on and speak on that because to me it was very alarming. Because, again, at the end of the day, this is a child. This is a child. If she decided to come out with a hair care line for her child, shout out to her. Martel can post everything else and his birthday parties and all that he got going on. Why aren't you promoting your child's hair care line? Why? Because you have a ill will against Melody and you feel that that's money in her pocket? That's the wrong way to look at it. So it shows no change or growth in you as a person, as a father, because your first thought should be anything that has your child's face attached to it should be a highlight. That should be the priority. I have grandchildren. If I see them posted up with somebody else that I don't even know, I'm loving it. I'm promoting it. I'm screenshotting it. I'm doing all of that because my grandchild's face is on it. I'm not looking to see, okay, well, who posted it or how I feel about them. No, my grandchild on here. So that's all that matters. So with that being said, your child has a whole brand with her face on it. Sir, you need to be promoting it on your Instagram page like you promote everything else. But again, when you're dealing with someone allegedly that, has narcissistic behavior and trying to please other people versus pleasing what should be his first priority, which is his children, you're not going to do that because that's going to bring up too much dust, or you can't do it because of your personal take on who's the big face of the brand, which is your ex-wife. Sad. Grow up. At the end of the day, your child is featured on that brand, whether you like it or not. But y'all, that was all I had to say. Again, this was a topic that's been pressing on me. I just feel that, fans need to watch the show, enjoy the show. Of course, speak your opinion, especially content creators. We're here to promote and we're here to speak and talk about, pressing topics. But when you have fans and things going into comments, degrading children and things to that nature, that's where it has went absolutely too far, and the line need to be drawn. I don't know if, like I said, production needs to have a talk with cast members about their extended family and the things that they do and how their jobs could be in jeopardy for such things. But something needs to be done, because at the end of the day, internet is forever. Videos, posts, once it's screenshot, it's out there where anybody is able to grab a hold of it. So be mindful, especially if you're a grandmother, if you're a mother. How would you feel? Just think about it. How would you feel? So yeah, that's something to think about. But again, thank y'all for watching. Replay crew, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when another video comes up. Again, I am a new content creator, just getting into this YouTube world as far as a content creator is concerned. But y'all, I mean, I just couldn't let it go. And it was because of the child situation. And again, I chose to put, the little girl's face over the sugar mama's face because, again, I'm not trying to exploit nobody's children. That's the last thing that I ever want to do. But again, if you have not supported, please go over to 7th Avenue, check out her line, as well as check out Melanie's line. I don't have it right here with me. I didn't put it here by me, but I have purchased the sugar scrub as well as the body cream from 7th Avenue. Um, Smells great, works great, love it. I received those products within only a couple of days. Really, really enjoyed it. I do have, grandchildren, so I will be definitely purchasing the Sugar Mama brand as well. Because I like to support Black business, period. Anything anybody is doing that is moving in a positive direction and light, you know, I have no problem with supporting. But again, thank y'all all for watching. Don't forget the like button on your way out. And until the next time, I love each and every one of you for watching and tuning in. If you haven't caught up on any of my previous videos, please go take a look at that. I do have reviews from Love and Marriage DC. I have a video coming up for Love and Marriage. I'm sorry, for Love and Basketball. Basketball Wives. Lord Jesus, help me, y'all. For Basketball Wives that I will also be dropping. Hopefully I can get that out by tomorrow. It's been so much going on in real time. I decided to do the video previously, about what happened in Shreveport, Louisiana versus doing the Basketball Wives, because sometimes, y'all, I feel like some of these things that's playing out here with certain topics kind of take priority over the reality TV, sector. So, again, I will try to get Basketball Wives out by tomorrow. But again, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the like button on your way out. And again, as I always say, stay blessed and stay lit. And until next time, good night.